Let's say she's been in her room for 5 minutes. You can come to the door and you can say, hey, it really seems like you want your own space right now. I think that's a brilliant idea. You've made it yours and you've said, I see you and I hear you so much that I'm like right there with you. And if you need some more time, you do that. I am nearby if you need, and you always end in connection. I'll be back in a few minutes just to check on you. I had this one dad years ago. They had a child who was doing that very thing. And the child, because it's very vulnerable to then come out of your room, you have to sort of own up face to face with people that you behaved that way. And so lots of kids will go inward and it takes them a long time and it's hard for them. And so this dad, he got a pencil, a piece of paper, and he drew a little X's and O's grid and slid the pencil and the paper under the door. And they just started this ritual when the child would retreat that they would play a game under the door. So it took a little bit for the boy to then warm up and re-enter. And then the conversation is never about you did it wrong. The conversation is about, that was really hard for you. And so you form a connection. I see you. I got you. I love you. And the next time you're really mad at mommy or you really don't like what sister did or whatever it is, you can still go to your room if that's what you feel like you need. And we're going to try and use our words rather than slam our doors or whatever. Not that we think they're going to deliver on that, because kids are full of good intentions and we just want to honor that they have that in them. And so we say, can I count on you to give that a try? Next go. And then tomorrow when it happens again, you can be like, it's really hard, right? So discipline has nothing to do with children and everything to do with adults, in that we must become disciplined in the way that we respond to our children's behavior. And so it really does shine a spotlight on our behavior in those moments rather than highlighting that the child was disrespectful or whatever it is. And I think that there's something to be said for being very respectful of our children's boundaries, just like you would any other human. You wouldn't go barging in if your husband's like, I need a minute.
Right.
You're going to give your husband a minute. And so if your child is saying, like, get out of my face, you're going to give them a minute, because that's the loving thing to do. And that's very different from like a timeout, which we wouldn't recommend. We, the global we.
Yeah, right.